Today we are checking out Guess Who's White by Cut.
At school, he was originally from Africa. I remember when I told him that I was black, he was just like, "Oh, my brother!"
Yeah, I can't even tell that he's black, really.
How's it going? I'm Carlos. I'm
Carlos.
half Mexican, half Nicaraguan.
My name is Melinda. I'm Native American and Mexican.
My name's David Matthews. I am white and black.
Today,
White and black, really? Jeez.
That I was white, 100%. Everybody.
No, you can tell he's mixed,
white.
but
I want to say that
barely.
You're white.
Let me say he's white.
White. Do you pass as white?
All the time. Nobody
Barely.
second guesses that I'm white
Jeez.
in any situation, pretty much. For the most part, it doesn't come up at all because I look so white.
Yeah, it happens a lot because I tend to be a little ambiguous, especially with people of color. Most of
Ask
the
him
time,
if he's white?
They won't accept that I'm Latino, or people are
He looks
shocked
Latino.
when they hear me speak Spanish.
he looks Latino. What are you talking about?
Fluent.
Motherfucker, say
Yeah.
some stuff.
Why? ¿Por qué? Porque tengo que hablar español.
He's
If anything, I think he'd be like Italian or
Latino
something.
friends, you're
Not
always
white.
labeled as güero, which means like the white one.
People think I'm mixed, but that's a different complexity, and that's usually coming from like the black communities. Identifying
That's
me
just
as
Hispanic.
mixed, but, like, white people always knew I was different, and like brown and black people always like accepted me more quickly.
So I'm part white. Yeah, my mom's white, but my dad's from Hawaii, so I'm Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, Asian.
Sneaky.
Yeah. I guess over the course of this, I've been
Yeah,
saying like
the
white,
direct-
Asian, Pacific Islander.
You're not white.
Hawaiian.
He's definitely
Those
not
are
white. Looking directly at him.
The boxes are normally checked in the census, but I think there's always a feeling of all of the above and none of the above.
Coming to the U.S. in
Definitely
the
not
beginning,
white.
I would automatically pick other because that's what.
Yeah.
Because everything else didn't seem to apply, until I one day there was one that had between parentheses what it
Biracial?
elaborated what white was, and it said that white was a person of European, Middle Eastern, or North African descent. So I was like, oh wait.
North African,
Guess
really?
I'm white.
North African,
Oh, yeah,
really?
I googled it. It turns out that
It's Moroccan, right?
legally in the U.S. I'm considered white, even though I don't get identified as white.
I don't identify as white, although I am part German, Irish, Swedish, and French.
Do you like
What?
Tom Hanks?
I like him in Forrest Gump. My favorite actor is Jim Carrey, though.
Jim
Really?
Carrey.
Yeah.
Talk again for me. Just like say, hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you doing? White people feel comfortable talking to me. They assume that we have common interests. They look more at our similarities than our differences.
Yeah, that's how it really should go, really.
Had, like,
Everybody's
white girls
different in it.
Date me just because they like anime or like they're into that sort of culture and they want to like
He could pass off
break
as
off
like
a little
Hispanic.
piece of that's like in a palatable, easily consumable, half white deconstruction of what that is.
I never really even thought about anything but being white until people started mistaking me for other things.
He's like
Was he Arab? Jewish or something like
He
that?
flies on carpets and he hangs
Flies in
He's brown. Aladdin is brown.
I'll go with non-white.
I don't think the person is white, so you're not white. If you're white, I'm gonna be mad.
That was
Is Arab the right
super
term?
surprising to
You
me.
just said Middle
Growing up in
Eastern.
New Mexico,
I don't know.
just Everyone thought I was white, so that's kind of interesting for me to look at my own history and think about what it, where I really come from. But I experienced the world as a white person.
Did anything shock you today or surprise you?
Yeah, I
He's
think
definitely
everyone
not
guessed
white.
that I was not white or a person of color. So that was really interesting.
Got
'cause
the
I've
Jesus
never really
curls.
considered myself, yeah, either of those things. But I guess I am.
Being somebody who doesn't pass for white, like I think people are constantly making assumptions about me. I'm also a queer person in the world, so to be like queer
okay.
and brown and like identified as femme or like a woman, it doesn't really feel good because I just feel like I'm just the other.
Yeah, she's like
the
a
other
triple
category.
minority.
What's your
Gosh.
ethnicity?
I identify as white, but my mom is Native American. So I'm half white, half Native American.
What tribe?
Monacan Indian from Virginia.
I mean, do people ever ask you what your ethnicity is?
No.
No, never.
Everybody's like, where in Europe are you from? Like, what Scandinavian country? I
Yeah.
can put it, like, click the little Native American box on a census or, like, school forms, but I just never did it.
Yeah, why? When you're
I don't know. I guess because blonde hair, blue eyes. Like, I think people said that today. Like, you just look white.
But girl,
Yeah.
how much native are you? Like, are you like half and half?
Yeah,
don't
half.
don't check
Don't-
that box.
yeah, don't-
Check the other box. You're beautiful. Like, there's something more to you. Don't what? Don't water yourself down for society, sweetie.
I thought the whole exchange with Ring, like she was kind of getting on you about it. Like, how did you feel in that moment?
That made me feel like she's probably right. And
Rianne, that's her name,
I don't
right?
know. I think that's like something I need to explore personally. Like, why question myself, like, why don't I? Because I think it's something to be proud of, and I've always been proud of it. It's just like not something I really share.
Do you feel any kind
What?
of privilege
You share
with
your
passing as
okay.
white?
Oh, I'm for sure. You know, I don't face any of the struggles that my dad did. Like, as growing up as a black person, like people would follow him in stores.
I want to see how dark his dad
as he
is.
walks by. I just have.
Hope he's
none
not
of
like
that
dark.
whatsoever.
Hope he's like light skin dark. So.
I'll
be mad.
Yeah. I know there's some Jewish people that don't identify as white.
I'll be mad in the fact that I'm dark and my kid come out light. Where are my traits at, bro? Come on, yo. Come on. This is domination right here.
Which kind of puzzles me because I feel like Jews like experience privileges of being white, and they may have not in the past, but they do now. I guess it's kind of interesting when people started mistaking me as not being white.
No.
It kind of made me think differently about how I move throughout the world. Like, do people not think I'm
say
white?
Jewish
Do
is-
people treat me differently because they don't think I'm white? Because I
No,
sure
Mediterranean. Like
go
Jewish
around
people are like
feeling the
Mediterranean.
white guy, I guess. I don't know. It's kinda
Mediterranean, Middle Eastern type of. I don't think they're white in my definition.
Yeah, I think if I'm mistaken as Arab, there's obviously a lot of like Islamophobia and stuff.
When people don't think you're white, what are annoying questions they ask you?
When they profile me as Mexican, it's annoying if when they ask if I'm legal. They
Who says
translate
that?
things for them.
People will make jokes. They'll like make a stereotype about black people or say something like that, and then I'll be like, hey,
Wow.
I'm actually half black. And then sometimes they'll be like, oh shit, like I'm sorry, no, oh, okay, I had no idea. Then some other times they're like, oh well, but you're not actually black. Like you wouldn't.
What?
And it's like no.
My demeanor is very different with like people of color versus like white people, and like with like the one white woman, like me telling her that my eyebrows were like fuck you, like I could tell I like scared her.
Oh, okay, yeah, you have part of your eyebrow is shaved. Mm-hmm. Is that a?
What does that got to do with anything?
I did it myself.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it's my way of telling people not to fuck with me.
Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, people really read it that way. And it's
Really? Wow.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, like I'm like the least like scary person, but like that's why I need this. And it was just interesting because I was like, oh, you know, like, is that a
I guess.
microaggression? Like, is that racism? Because you're afraid of like this perception of me and like why I am flagging. And as a white person, I think like her being like, oh, I don't want to fuck with you. Like,
wow.
That's exactly why I do it. So
wow.
white people like her don't fuck with me, you know?
Wow.
Do anything surprise you today?
You know, it's pretty much what I've gone on the basis of like, okay, I don't know what you really are. You're not really white, but you are white.
I thought today was very thought-provoking just because I've dealt with it my whole life. I thought, you know, I was pretty good about not putting people in a box and making those assumptions and looking more for similarities.
Everybody's, I wouldn't say
today, I think
racist,
my
but
eyes were opened even
everybody
more,
has like a little
I still do
discrimination
it.
from if you're not part of the same group that
Just
you're part of.
Like you can't really tell who someone is based on their superficial characteristics, and it's not really fair to just label people without actually talking to them at all.
I think I learned more about myself and like just the ways that
All right, I think I'm gonna end it right here. Hope you guys enjoyed it.